Hello everyone, it's Crazy J here, and in this video we're going to be talking about the new This Week at Bungie update for November 21st, 2019. We have a lot to cover, so sit back, grab your favorite beverage, relax. But before we begin, I'd like to remind everyone to like this video if you enjoy my content, and please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers so I can customize my URL, so yeah. Help your boy out, please. Also, you can find me live streaming at twitch.tv/crazyj every Monday afternoon, Tuesday and Wednesday nights. But let's begin. So in this week's article, in the very beginning, Bungie briefly mentions that the portal Ikora has been building for all these months is complete, and the Undying Mine is now here, guys. The Undying Mine is now here, and yeah. The only thing that needs to be known about this is you start the Vex offensive. You continue as usual and you kill the Undying Mine as a boss. That's it. So yeah. Oh, kill him 3 times and you get the Undying title. So there is that. Happy hunting. They did end this paragraph by stating the impact of your victory has not been made clear just yet, but in time you will learn more about how this will further evolve the world as we transition into the next season. So the activity itself is disappointing. Really disappointing, but we'll see how this plays out in the future. Hopefully cool, and it's awesome. Anyways, going forward, let's move on to the next part of the article, which is the beefiest part of this update, and that is solar shifts. So like a few seasons ago, or last season, or I'm not sure how long it's been, I can't remember, but a while back they reworked the Arc subclasses, and then they reworked the Void subclasses for all Guardians during Arc Week and Void Week. Looks like it is our solar subclasses getting retuned this time. Bungie's goal with this is to, and I quote, to revisit some older subclasses or subclass paths and freshen them up a bit. In execution, this means that older subclass paths will feel like viable choices in many of our activities, and that players can find a home in any of them. So I will break down the changes and give you guys my thoughts on them. I will say that it's hard for me to like these changes or dislike them, because sometimes things sound great on paper and then terrible during gameplay, and sometimes the opposite happens. So regardless, here are the changes. Starting with the Hunter and Gunslinger, Way of the Sharpshooter, which is the bottom path. This path we usually use for our Celestial Nighthawk, so they wanted us to not be forced to use it or have multiple purposes for this subclass. They made some changes to both the 6-shot and 3-shot Golden Gun Supers as well. Let's break it down. So for the 3-shot, we increase our auto aim distance and reliability when aiming down sights, as it fulfills the role of a long range accuracy. Basically, this super should be used for long range precision shots, right? Ideally. For the 6-shot, we shorten the damage fall off range to emphasize the short range gunfighter rule with a lot of kill potential. While it can still perform at longer ranges, and may take an extra shot to get the job done. So now with the 6-shooter super, we want to use this more as close range, seeing as how long range enemies might take more than 1 shot to kill. So you want to get as much of the super as possible, get killed many enemies, so you would want to use close range. They are also adding a new explosive proximity knife that can stick to surfaces and detonate when enemies pass nearby. So maybe like a trip mine grenade? That's pretty cool. We'll see. They're also adding a new weighted knife. High damage knife throw with a long windup. Travels at high speeds, bounces once, and does extra damage to the head. Precision shot final blows recharged and melee completely. 1 precision final blow PvP. That last sentence is huge. Huge. 1-hit precision kills in crucibles. Oh my god, I can't wait to start the game and throw a knife across the map and see who I hit. It'll be fun. That's a bit overpowered, but maybe the long windup is meant to balance that out, so we'll see how it works. The Practice Made Perfect perk, which is supposed to give you super energy after every precision shots, have some quite a lot of changes heading its way. Lasts longer but gives it a bit less energy per second. Precision hits grant 2 stacks. They are adding something new called Knock 'em Down. Precision final blows increase weapon stability and ADS speed. Timer starts at 10 seconds, but any additional final blow/assist can increase it up to 25 seconds. Casting your super while this buff is above 20 seconds consumes the buff and grants the extra damage. Does not stack with Celestial Nighthawk. This is an interesting perk. So it seems like to me like they want to use this subclass now, or this bottom path tree. You can use Celestial Haka if you want, but if you don't have it, or if you don't want to use it, if you have another exotic you want to use, you can still have that extra damage. As far as how much damage you can do with this perk activated in your super, I'm not entirely sure. It'll be interesting to see if it's just as much, more, or less than the Celestial Nighthawk. My bet is probably a little less, because you know, an exotic is an exotic, right? So it'll probably be a little less, but nonetheless, it's still a good alternative besides using Celestial Nighthawk. You can go ahead and use whatever other exotic you want and still have the extra damage. But I think primarily the main DPS for hunters, I think it's still gonna be Celestial Nighthawk for sure. And Line 'em Up has some quality of life changes as well. Old perks from Crowd Pleaser, which is its own separate thing. I think what happened was Knock 'em Down replace Crowd Pleaser. The old perks from Crowd Pleaser are now part of this perk, Line 'em Up. Golden Gun can cause precision damage, and precision shots generate orb of lights. So yeah, overall, some good changes to the subclass. Can't wait to try it myself. Can't wait for the throwing knife. It's gonna be cool. I'm a hunter main, so I'm excited. Now on to the Titan subclass, Sunbreaker, Code of the Devastator, Middle Path. Apparently Bungie's data showed that this subclass was really underused and underperformed in PvP, so they made some changes. Check it out. The Roaring Flame perk has received a significant buff to its bonus damage, and the buff now lasts 25% longer, making it easier to build and retain stacks between encounters. The base damage of Throwing Hammer melee ability has increased. It's now very lethal in PvP while you have Roaring Flames active. In addition, once you've thrown the hammer and is lying on the ground, you don't have to get quite as close to it to pick it back up. Finally, we tuned the super in a number of ways. For starters, Burning Maul now lasts longer, giving you more time to use it strategically instead of simply spamming the slam button. We also increased the height of the heavy slam explosion, so this super should feel much more potent against airborne enemies. That's the gist of it, but here are some more details. Throwing Hammer, increased impact damage from 100 to 120, and increased hammer pickup radius from 2 meters to 3.5 meters, adjusting hammer throw animations to fit more damaging attack. That's good. I've never really used this subclass in PvP. Very limited experience with it. No one really uses this subclass for PvP. So the fact that they're buffing it, it's good. Let's keep going. Roaring Flames, increased damage bonus from 10% per stack to 25% per second in PvP, and increases duration from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. Burning Maul, increased duration from 21.2 seconds to 28.5 seconds. Now it lasts longer than it did before. Ooh. Light Attack, reduced light attack energy, cost from 5% to 3%. Adjust animations so it flows seamlessly into change light attacks without stopping. That's cool. Heavy Attack, ground slam attack now detonates when it detects enemies above it. Detonation radius was increased to make landing attacks more consistent. Increased energy cost from 6% to 8%. They raised the heavy attack percentage, but they lowered the light attack, so that's good. Now let's move on to the Warlocks. More specifically, the Dawnblade Attunement Sky, which is the top path. To start off, Bungie wanted to let us know that they reduce the speed at which Burst Glide accelerates players in Daybreak. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are happy about that. The reason being is that they wanted the top pass subclass to be the ideal airborne gameplay. With the current way Burst Glide works, Warlocks can move around the map in the air as easy and quick as it is. So like I said, they wanted to see that the special feelings for attunement of the Sky Path of Dawnblade. But let's move forward and see what they did. Or let's see what else they did. Icarus dashes while in Daybreak have increased speed and thrust to recapture the Burst Glide gameplay for those running the air superiority path. We hope that while this change is different, you still feel as fast as before, but with maybe a bit more expression behind that speed. The rest of the changes are below. It seems self-explanatory. They nerfed Burst Glide and they buffed Icarus dashes while in Super to recapture that feeling of Burst Glide, or recapture that speed. So makes sense. Let's move on. New Celestial Fire melee. Send a spiral of 3 explosive solar projectiles. What? This sounds fucking badass. That's my fuck bomb of the fucking video. Heat Rises got a rework. Consume your grenade to extend glide time and dramatically reduce the in-air accuracy penalties for weapons. So kind of like Devour for the Nova Warp subclass, but instead of regaining your health, you extend your glide and you increase your in-air accuracy, which is pretty good. Winged Sun has been reworked. Fire weapons use celestial fire and throw grenade while gliding. Airborne final blows grant melee energy and extend the duration of Heat Rises. It looks like Heat Rises is going to be a big part of the top path for Warlocks. Crouch twice to dodge in mid-air. Dodging in Daybreak accelerates players farther and costs less super energy while under the effects of Heat Rises. Again, Heat Rises is going to be huge for this subclass now. Also, Bungie also added, due to the nature of these reworks, Wings of Sacred Dawn receive a buff where it gains 50% damage resistance while Tome of Dawn is active. So you're no longer flying and duck. Well, you are, but you're more tankier, so that's good. And that's pretty much it for the solar subclasses. The article didn't say when these changes will take place. I'm assuming either like next week or a week after that. But when it does happen, I'm pretty sure they'll let us know, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a solar week, just like there was a void week and an arc week before. Void week and an arc week before. So yeah, looking forward to it. So now we move on towards the next topic, which is the Iron Banner. The last Iron Banner for the season of the Undying will start at 9 AM Pacific on November 26th and end at 9 AM Pacific on December 3rd. This will be your last chance you will get to get this specific Iron Banner armor set. So if you really want them, start grinding, Guardians. Now let's talk about the little lights. Bungie raised, I can even say that number, my god. Bungie raised $1,673,857.62 for the Bungie Foundation iPad for Kids program and the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. This was raised in 3 weeks, guys. 3 weeks. Holy cow. Congratulations, guys. This is an amazing accomplishment. And I, for one, am proud of this community. The Destiny community does have its toxic moments, you know, whatever, but say what you want. This community is amazing. And I am, like I said, I'm proud. It's so cool. It's great to see what we can do when we come together. Now, moving on from little lights to our bellies and bookshelves. Bungie is going to release the Destiny, the official cookbook, and the Destiny Grimoire Anthology Volume 3 in 2020. The cookbook is in collaboration with Insight Edition and author Victoria Rosenthal. Destiny's first official cookbook is filled with recipes inspired by the characters and locations seen throughout the expansive universe. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. Destiny food? You had me at food, so I'm interested. And the anthology book is about the lore, of course, which is amazing, and I wish I can get all 3. I love this game's lore. It's great. If you can afford it, buy it. Let's say I can't afford it, but have other things to buy, so yeah. The 12 article then goes on to talk about Google Stadia, which just launched recently. I think last week, I believe. Not sure. If you don't know, Stadia is a Google platform where you can use Google Cloud System to play video games on a browser. So interesting. Bungie goes on to explain how to use, cross save for current Guardians wanting to use Stadia, and then also, reinforces that there's licensing things for Forsaken and Shadowkeep, so you can't. Basically, if you buy Shadowkeep or Forsaken on one platform, let's say PC, you can't bring that content over to another platform. So a little complicated, but it's been like that. It's been like that since Shadowkeep release. So yeah, nothing new. And finally, we had the movie of the week winner and honorable mentions. So that can be found at the end of the article, just like every week. And that's it, Guardians. I, for one, am looking forward to how these solo changes change the current sandbox. Can't wait to try the new 100 throwing exploding knives. Can't wait to cross-knife people with my throwing knife. There's one hit. Awesome. Can't wait for that. Also, can't wait to see how these Warlock flame projectiles are going to look like and feel like. It's going to be interesting. That sounds pretty badass. I'm actually really excited for that too. I'm not really a Warlock person. I guess Warlock would be my second favorite character, I guess. Can't wait to try it. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited? Are you guys nervous? Are you guys happy? Are you guys not happy with these changes? Let me know. Leave a comment. We can talk. And again, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like and also subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying to get to 100 subscribers so I can change my URL, because this URL is ridiculous. I don't like the whole numbers and letters. So please help me out, please. Also mentioned earlier, you can find me at twitch.tv/crazyj, where I stream every Monday afternoon, Tuesday and Wednesday nights. I stream Destiny mostly. I do streams on Minecraft and also just chatting. I love chatting with you guys. So hang out and chat. It's a nice, chill, fun environment. Just come hang out. Again, this is Crazy J, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.